Hey everybody, it's Van Time with Chuck and Deb, and today we have a Field 3 story for you, Discipleship. Alright, hun, so you have a great story about discipleship.
Yeah, so my story, Gal and I were at the grocery store and we were getting ready to check out, and she was in front of me, and I noticed that our cashier was bent over. And that morning when I was having my time with Jesus, I had read the story about how Jesus had healed the person who was bent over. And so I kind of nudged the gal and I said, hey, I just read about, the story this morning, and here's this person. Do you think we should pray for them for healing? And she said, yeah. And then she made her purchase and she didn't do it. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it. So I asked the cashier if I could pray for him. And I explained, that I believe that Jesus has all authority in heaven and on earth. And could I pray for healing for him? And he said, sure. So I went around, I said, is it okay if I, touch you? And he said, sure. And I, prayed for him for healing, and then, finished my purchase, and we left. And the gal that was with me was kind of laughing, a little nervous. It was awkward. I mean, it just was. And so anyway, we went to the car, went home, but later on that evening, this gal had gone to her gym to work out, and there was somebody who was limping around and had an injury that wasn't healing. So she went up to him and she explained she was a follower of Jesus, and she believed that he can heal, and could she pray for him? And so she prayed for him a few times, and the bottom line is that he was healed, and he started walking around and he couldn't believe it. He's like, I can't believe this, I can't believe this. And she shared the gospel with him, and he wasn't ready to respond, which it is what it is, but he acknowledged, that all that she said about Jesus was probably true. He just wasn't ready to surrender his life. And so anyway, that's the story.
Now there's some key lessons that we can learn about discipleship from that. The first one being that Deb was in the Word reading about Jesus and felt compelled to follow his example by praying for a person who is bent over and pray for healing. And the boldness that takes to actually believe God, to be like Jesus and pray for healing. And she was modeling for Kim the whole time. And what does Kim do? She takes that modeling and put it right into practice and prays for a guy who was healed. That is very cool.
This story, there was a lot of uncomfortable parts of the story. I mean, there were some things I left out. It was super, super awkward. But it happened anyway, and God's kingdom probably advanced because of it. So when you feel a nudge of the Holy Spirit, regardless of how crazy it seems to be, just take the step in faith of obedience.
All right, I hope that's helpful. Keep making disciples until there's no place left.